3 Spider-Men, 1 universe. This reunion against the villains changed everything. In order to save these villains from being controlled by evil forces, the first is Dr. Octopus. Spider-Man turned on Tony Stark's fabricator machine. Before Norman Osborn's betrayal, he successfully created a medical chip. At first, Dr. Octopus refused, but when Spider-Man forcibly installed the chip on his neck, he finally calmed down and handed the material in his hand back to Spider-Man. Next is Electro. Spider-Man built a power regulator and attached it to Electro's chest. As long as all the green lights lit up, he could return to being a normal man. When everything seemed to be going well, Spider-Man suddenly sensed danger. He realized that something was wrong. He carefully looked around the hall and suddenly attacked Norman Osborn. "That's a neat trick. That sense of yours." Norman laughed. "Norman's on sabbatical." It turns out the Green Goblin personality had always been in control. The Goblin began to brainwash the others. As expected, none of them wanted to be ordinary again. Electro took the lead, ripping off the device on his chest. He also stole Tony Stark's arc reactor. The scene instantly turned into chaos. Sandman transformed into a giant sandstorm. Electro, now powered by the arc reactor, threw Dr. Octopus out of the window. Then he combined with Sandman's attack to become even stronger. And Spider-Man wasn't doing well. He was brutally punched by the Goblin out of the window, then dragged back into the building. The Goblin lunged at Spider-Man, but Peter used his web to sling him back and kick him onto the balcony. Peter tried to escape by shooting his web, but was yanked back and slammed down. At this time, Peter showed his unmatched strength. Angry and desperate, he struck the Goblin with furious blows. But the more Peter hit him, the more excited the Goblin became. The Goblin caught Peter and pummeled him savagely. Spider-Man knew if the fight continued, he might die. He smashed through the glass and scrambled up the wall. But a green blur appeared. The Goblin hurled him back inside. He grabbed Spider-Man's neck and unleashed a devastating slam from the 10th floor down to the 1st. He choked Peter and whispered, "You're too weak. It's your fatal flaw." At that moment, Aunt May rushed in. She stabbed the antidote into the Goblin's neck. But it failed. Not only did it not cure him, the Goblin mounted his glider and attacked. He sneered at Peter. "Someday you'll thank me." Then he hurled a pumpkin bomb. Peter tried to stop it, but it exploded. The blast left May fatally wounded. Before taking her last breath, she told him, "With great power comes great responsibility." Peter collapsed in grief, the last member of his family gone. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange had been trapped in the mirror dimension. Ned, experimenting with the sling ring, accidentally opened a portal. Through it stepped Spider-Man, but when he removed his mask, it wasn't Holland's Peter. It was Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. To prove himself, he leapt onto the ceiling and cleaned a web off the corner. Still searching for their Peter, Ned tried again. This time, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man stepped out of the portal. When the two Spider-Men met, they sized each other up, both firing webs at once. Realizing they were all Spider-Man, they lowered their guard. The first two Spider-Men understood why they were summoned. They went to find Holland's Peter. They found him mourning atop the school rooftop. The 3 Spider-Men shared their stories of loss. Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy, Aunt May. They reminded him, "With great power comes great responsibility." Together, they decided to cure the villains. They returned to the lab, each preparing antidotes for their own foes. Comment next to get the continuation link. If you are enjoying this video, please kindly follow/subscribe and like to support us make more content like this.